Hey there, Gemini. I hope you guys are doing really well. I want to go ahead and get into an oracle and tarot reading for you. Yeah, feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment if you wish. And if you're seeking a personal reading, my information is in the description box below. So, Gemini, your oracle energy this week is flexible. This is about adaptability. It's about like bending like a reed in the wind. It's about just being available to be flexible in situations where maybe, you might be very opposed to them, or you might have a different approach to something and you think that my way's best, but it might need to allow for some different type of availability to access something. I'm saying that also because of the 5 cards that are down here right now, 4 of them are major arcana. So with major arcana energy, it generally will indicate where situations in our life are for our benefit. They come in life lessons. These are life lessons that are not really, you can't avoid them. They're coming, but that does require a level of flexibility. It does require a level of availability to see things from a different perspective, so you're not in opposition with something, especially when it comes to life-changing situations. That doesn't have to mean bad. It just means life is ever changing. So move with it, right? Get the lessons. Don't fight the lessons. With your family community, you have the Hangman here. This is Piscean energy. With the Hangman, this can require, if you've already taken the stance of removing yourself from a situation because it's either toxic, problematic, or you need to take some time to get a different perspective or assess the situation in a different way, maybe it's asking for you to be flexible in how you're viewing something so that you can reintegrate it or have a different way to approach it. For some of you, maybe you've been flexible and adaptable with a person or a situation scenario with people or a group, and you're like, this is just not finding me balance. I don't feel comfortable in this. I'm going to either remove myself completely or remove myself until I can actually acclimate here with a better sense of security in the situation. Either way, though, it's asking for a pause, to take a pause, or to come out of pause period, a period of pause. For your health energy here, Gemini, you have the alchemy. This is the temperance energy. So with this it talks about balance. It talks about finding balance and harmony in the approach that we're taking towards our health. A lot of the times, especially with our physical body, oftentimes we're going to be subjecting ourselves to extremes. I've been in situations like when I was a teenager back in the 90s. I was modeling, and like, I'm 5'10", and I at that point was 127 pounds, and they wanted me to lose 10 more pounds. And it really made an effect on me. It played very negatively in the way I associate with food. And so, and growing up with a mother who was a compulsive overeater, and she would feed me these portions on a plate that like a starving lumberjack cutting down a forest would like consume. It was like a whole plate of food. She never made me eat all of it, but that was just the norm when it came to a portion. So if you look at that, it's like a massive portion, extremes, and then you have the modeling world or the entertainment industry with, oh, you're 127 pounds at 5'10", you need to lose 10 more pounds. So it's like these wild extremes. There's no balance there. The only thing that the modeling career did for me was gave me a eating disorder. And now I'm 45 and I have an eating disorder, and it's always a challenge to find balance with that. I'm not crippled by this eating disorder, but it's just a challenge daily. It's like just keeping it between the beacons, just keeping balance within how I approach food, how I feel about food, all of that. This does not have to just be about food. This can be about any type of situation where there are levels of extreme behavior happening. It's about calming that energy and finding balance within it. This can also be an indicator for situations involving addiction. You know, with the Temperance card, it's saying we need to find balance here because the way that things are being done are not healthy, right? So find that balance, because if we don't, then issues can arise from the lack of dedication that we have towards our health here. And with it being a major arcana, pay attention to it. Finances and career, you have the Justice card here. So with this energy, Gemini, this can be a situation where fairness is being applied, where we are in a situation that either requires fairness or justice and fairness is being delivered on your behalf. If there's any type of like legal matter in a situation, it can be a positive note saying there will be justice restored here, and balance being restored here, especially with this right next to the Temperance card, okay? Either way, though, positivity, fairness, and dedication to what you do. I also do want to say in career and finance with this energy, be very clear, like, you know, cross your T's, dot your I's, do the fine print, like stay within the limits, you know, don't guess no, right? So address things like fine, like the fine print, look at it, read between the lines, like make sure that everything that you sign on to or you sign your name to is in fact what you are signing up for. If there's any discrepancies within that, take a pause, you know, assess what it might mean to experience that in that way and move accordingly. With your relationship connections, romantic, platonic, this in couples, we have, you know, couples and singles, we both have the abundance energy. So abundance, this is the high priest, I'm sorry, the Empress. My apologies. The street becomes very busy during the day, and for some reason, massive trucks like to go down this road, and they're very clunky, and they make a lot of noise. So if you're in an existing relationship right now with the abundance card, the Empress, this can talk about motherhood, pregnancy. This can talk about doing what's right for your body to get into the state that is healthy enough to become pregnant. It can talk about motherhood or even mother-in-laws, feminine people coming into our life. Either way, though, it's a beautiful regenerative energy. It's supportive, it's loving, it's abundant, and it wants to nurture. And it wants to nurture you and your partner into a place of comfort and ease. This could also be the feminine party in a relationship, whether you're masculine, feminine, or same sex, or whatever, you know, configuration that might end up as. It's somebody that is more so on the nurturing, mothering side, really stepping up to the plate. Maybe, you know, we've had a partner that just has been inundated with work or whatever it is. Here, it's us being supportive of them so that they can do what they need to do effectively. It's taking on more, you know, it's being present and compassionate in the effect and approach that we offer. For those of you who are single, the Empress card can talk about being highly attractive to other people, being somebody that other people seek out because of their attraction, but also it's more than just the physical. It's your entire being. It's the balance that you provide. It's the ease in flow in how you communicate. It's how you are mindful how to address certain situations or how to keep yourself from certain situations. It's a very metered approach. It's very intentional in its approach, but it's also, it brings a sense of peace and assuredness to the people that it is involved with, that she is involved with, the energy. And so with the Empress card, it's saying, buckle up. You may have somebody that's really heavily interested in you, but it's not just because of looks. It's also because of who you are, how you represent yourself, how you show up in life. You know, this can also be a business owner energy where it's like you're highly successful in your life and you also may be meeting somebody that is also of equal status or equal energy here. So like an emperor type as well. And what you don't see coming, the Two of Cups, which is really beautiful here, Gemini. This energy is, and I will say, when it came out with a second card attached to it. I put it back in the deck, but the card attached to it was the Ace of Wands. So the Two of Cups and the Ace of Wands, I'll just read that here. This can be a highly combustible energy together, but it's like gushy, yummy, combustible. It's very tasty. It's very warm. It's very sexually charged. It's compatible energy. It's an energy of compatibility here. You have two cards of balance with the Temperance card and the Justice card, and you have this loving energy within the Empress energy. And so it's just like connecting with somebody who feels right, connecting with somebody who feels like you would like to take it to the next level, you know, but it may require some flexibility in how this is approached. I would say go slow. You have a lot of energy of slow in this reading. There's nothing to rush into. Especially if rushing into relationships has been a pattern for you with all of these major arcanas. It's saying, we're delivering you, the universe is delivering you a beautiful energy. How do you relate to it? How do you approach it? Are you just throwing yourself wholeheartedly in there? Are you being conscious and mindful of how much you give to something slowly? You know, being slow in something doesn't mean that it's going to fall apart. If anything, it's the building blocks to creating something stable. So don't rush in with all guns ablazing. Don't rush in with, you know, I love yous or over enamored energy. If this is to be true, to come into your life, go slow. And that may be, you may need to be approaching that in a different way, being flexible and adaptable, because it may trigger you. You may want to have a lot of sex with this connection, and that's not bad. It's just saying, be mindful of what you introduce into a connection and the way that you build those blocks moving forward. Because if it starts out as sex, usually it is going to fizzle. You know, we're not building enough momentum. We're just kind of rushing to the fun part. This is saying, don't do that. And so, you know, with the fact that like the Ace of Wands was kind of glued to the back of the card, it's saying that energy is behind this attraction, but like you need to quell your emotions. You need to kind of like simmer your sauces a little bit and not jump in wholeheartedly or in full sexual union here. Especially also because there may be some sort of, with this Two of Cups with the Ace of Wands right next to the Empress, this could also mean like, suddenly you're pregnant, you know, so just be mindful of how you approach that. Don't jump in 100%, go slow, be intentional, and good things will come. Yeah, so that is what I have for you, Gemini. I hope that this reading is helpful. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment if you wish, and if you want a personal reading, my information is in the description box below. Take care, guys. Bye.